Good morning, students. In this class, we are going to start chapter number 2, that is sectors of Indian economy. So, to begin with this chapter, let us clear the term. What do you mean by the term economy? Here, we are supposed to write the term economy. Economy is basically a system in which various economic activities are performed. Okay, so we are clearing the term economy. And what exactly is the economy? Economy is basically a system in which various economic activities are performed. So by this definition, a question comes in a mind: what is an activity and what are its types? So activity is basically a sort of manual work or physical work or mental work for which sometimes we get some remuneration and sometimes we get mental peace. So activities are classified in two ways on this basis. First, activity can be economic as well as non-economic. Okay, so here what matters for us is only the economic activities, because we are discussing the chapter sectors of Indian economy. And we have said that economy is basically a system in which various economic activities are performed. So what are the economic activities? Economic activities are those activities, those physical work, those mental work, those activities for which we generate some income. After the performance of such mental work, physical work, if we are getting some money in return, then those activities are known as economic activities. Okay. And what about the non-economic activities? Non-economic activities are those activities for which we do not get income or some money, but are done for psychological satisfaction. Psychological satisfaction. PSYCHO, psychological satisfaction. Okay. If we give an example to describe economic and non-economic, if a teacher teaches in a school, then for teaching he gets salary in return. So by this activity a teacher is generating income. So if by any activity, if we are generating monetary benefit, or some profit or some income, then that activity is known as economic activity. While on the other hand, if the teacher teaches his son at home, then by this teaching activity, what he is supposed to get in return? He is supposed to get mental peace, psychological satisfaction. Then by this example we can say that a same activity can be economic as well as non-economic. If we are getting some income, then it becomes economic. If we done for our mental peace, like donation money given in the temples, okay, then that economic activity will become non-economic. If we are performing for our mental peace, for our psychological satisfaction, we are getting no income in return, then that activity is said to be non-economic. If we are generating some benefit, some income, some monetary benefit in return, then it is said to be economic activity. Okay. So by this clarification, we supposed to clear the economy term in this chapter. The chapter name of the chapter is Sectors of Indian Economy. So we have cleared this term. What exactly is the economy? Economy is a system in which various economic activities are performed. And what are those economic activities? These economic activities are classified as production, consumption, exchange. Buying and selling of goods and services is known as exchange. Distribution. So all are the examples of economic activities. Now the next topic, the first topic of our book is the classification. Now the first topic in our book is classification of sectors of Indian economy. Sectors means partitions. In how many parts we can classify the Indian economy. And we have already discussed this term, what exactly is the economy. So here we are going to present the three types of classification which are going to be discussed at regular intervals of this chapter as the chapter proceeds. Fine. So the very first classification is on the basis of economic activity. What sort of economic activity we are performing? On the basis of this, on the basis of economic activity we are going to perform, we can classify the Indian economy into three sectors. The first one is primary sector. Second, secondary sector. And the third and the last one is tertiary sector. We are going to discuss in detail. First we present the classification. It is the first classification which is provided in the book. Later on in the book, economic classification is presented on the basis of organization. Basis of organization. Okay, there are many organizations working and the people are employed in different organizations. So on the basis of organization we can say that Indian economy is divided into two sectors. First is said to be organized and second is said to be unorganized sector. Organized sector and unorganized sector. How we can divide the Indian economy into organized and unorganized sector? We can divide it into on the basis of organization. Fine. Now the third and the last classification which is given in the book is on the basis of ownership. Who is the ultimate owner? Who is the ultimate owner? So on the basis of ownership, we can divide the Indian economy into two sectors and their names are private sector and the second one is public sector. Okay, so on the basis of ownership there are two types of classification. First one is private sector, second one is public sector. So when we proceed in this chapter we will start with this first classification, then we will discuss this, and at the end of this chapter we will move on to this classification. Okay students, now let us begin our discussion with the primary sector. Beta, primary sector is that sector in which activities are undertaken by directly using natural resources. It is that sector in which activities are undertaken means performed, in which activities are performed by directly using natural resources. Natural resources are those resources which are provided free for us, for which the resources which are provided free of cost by nature to us are known as natural resources. Okay, so when we produce a good, by using natural resources, then it is said to be an activity of primary sector. There are many examples which we face in our daily life, which we see in our daily life. In book also the example of agriculture or the cotton crops are given. So agriculture, mining, fishing, forestry, dairy farming, etc. are said to be the part of primary sector. For example, production of cotton. Production of cotton totally depends upon nature, and in nature there are various factors like rainfall, humidity, fertility of the soil, all are totally natural factors. So these natural factors will decide the production of a cotton. That's why we said that it is that sector in which activities are undertaken by directly using natural resources. One more example, dairy farming. In dairy farming, we are dependent on the biological process of animals, biological process of animals. So by these examples we can say that agriculture sector is that sector in which goods are produced by the use of natural resources. Now why it is said to be primary? Why we have given this name as primary? We have provided the term primary to this sector because it forms the basis. It forms the base for all products. Okay. How we are saying this term? Because cotton is a primary product. So when we use cotton by a weaver to make cotton threads, by cotton threads we supposed to make a shirt of cotton. So these are the secondary products. We are developing threads or shirts by the use of cotton. So cotton is forming a base. It is forming a base for the upcoming products. That's why the term primary is provided for this sector. Okay. I hope you all have understood this. Now we will discuss the secondary sector. Secondary sector is that sector in which natural products are changed into other forms, by ways of manufacturing. For example, if we convert some raw material into semi-finished or some finished good, then the activity which covers this process is included in secondary sector. Let us create this process, understand this process with an example. For example, cotton is a sort of raw material provided to us by the primary sector. Okay, so when we use this same cotton in a spin yarn to make cotton fiber or to make a shirt or cloth in some industry, then it is said to be a cotton fiber is said to be a semi-finished product. Or when we convert this semi-finished product into a cloth or a shirt, then it ultimately becomes a finished good. So the activities which includes the conversion of raw material to semi-finished or finished goods, then that activity is said to be included in the secondary sector. So in the beginning we have said that it is a sector. It includes all such activities in which natural product is cotton. Natural products are changed into other forms. Cotton fiber and shirts are different forms, and how we are converting these? By the process of manufacturing. Okay, now you are clearing about some clearance about the secondary sector. Students, exactly we can say that it is a secondary sector is a next step after primary. The first step is preparation of the cotton, and cotton fiber and shirts are the next step. So secondary sector is a next step after primary, where the product is not produced by nature. Cotton fiber and shirt or the cloth are not produced by the nature, but has to made. We are creating it, we are producing it in by some manufacturing process. So when we are going for the manufacturing purpose, we need different kinds of industries, factories, workshops. We need different types of industries, factories, workshops. So many times secondary sector is also said to be is also called industrial sector. I think now the secondary sector is clear to all of you. Now at last we are going to discuss the tertiary sector. Beta, tertiary sector include those activities, it includes those activities that help in the development of primary sector and secondary sector. They are not producing goods, they are aiding or they are helping the primary sector and the secondary sector. That's why we said that tertiary sector include those activities which help, which aids, aids means helping someone, which help in the development process of primary sector and tertiary sector. What we supposed to say by these two lines? We can say that, or we are saying that these activities by themselves do not produce good. They are not producing any good, but they are an aid. The word aid means help. They are helping someone. They are helping the primary and the secondary sector, but they are an aid and support to the production process. For example, transportation. How transportation help the primary and the secondary sector? Whatever the goods are produced in the primary sector, cotton is produced in the primary sector. it needs to be transported by trucks or trains and then sold in the wholesale or and the retail shops where they are used by weavers or the cloth factories or the industries where clothes are made or shirts are developed. So by this manner the transportation sector will help. Next will the storage. Many times it happens that it is becomes very necessary to store these products in godowns, which is also a service part. Many times when there is a large surplus production of any particular crop, then we do not supposed to get the appropriate prices. So we need some godowns, warehouses where we have to store them safely, and whenever the correct market price are presented in the market, we have to present them for sale. So storage facilities are also a part of tertiary sector. Third, communication. We have to communicate to the people, to the market people, to the buyers, to the sellers for getting knowledge what exactly the trends are going on, what exactly the prices are going on, what goods are in demand. So communication is also a part of tertiary sector. Banking services are needed for the establishment, for the settlement of industries. Whenever we when we have a requirement of a money, we need a loan, we approach for the banks. Whenever we needed funds, we approach for the banks for providing loans to us. So the banking sectors are also helping us in the generation of the primary setup as well as secondary setup. So beta, this is all about the first classification of sectors of Indian economy, and it is on the basis of economic activities. I hope you all have understood this. Thank you so much.